Hello, good evening and welcome to a very windy Air Force Stadium here at Ratmalana. It's St. Thomas's taking on Mahanama College. The two teams have played really good rugby so far. St. Thomas's have notched up 2 wins. Mahanama College have that 1 win that they won last week against Dharmaraja College, and they'll look to try and do one better against the Thomians and look to try and create a massive upset in the Dialog Schools Rugby League early on here in week 3. We're into the third week of the Dialog Schools Rugby League. The weather here at Ratmalana, it's 30 Celsius. It feels way hotter than that, but it's quite windy, and I think that would play a huge part in this game, and the back three of both teams will have to be very careful with how they go about it and how they maneuver around the weather. Generally a very difficult place to place kick, and if it comes down to that, it will be interesting to see how the two teams and their kickers go about it. First win in A Division Rugby after 17 years against Science College. St. Thomas's College comprehensively beating Zahira College 43 points to 19. St. Joseph's College getting the better of Thurston College 26 points to 5. Trinity College steamrolling over Vidyartha College at Pallakale 74 points to 4. 24 points to 8 was the scoreline there, and in a paddy field like Bogambara Stadium, Royal College smashed Sumangala 53 points to 3. And then the big win for Mahanama after coming back into the top division, 15 points to 5 against Dharmaraja, and that would give them a lot of heart going into this week's fixture for them against St. Thomas's. 32 points to 22 was the score between Isipatana College and Kingswood College. And then the final game of the week, Wesley College getting the better of DS Seranayaka College, 29 points to 10. We had an action-packed week 2, and with what we've had so far from week 3, it would be fantastic to see how the teams go about it. These are the last week results. You saw the highlights of it. Ananda College 32-26. And the things that you would want to look at here is the Mahanama College win, 15 points to 5. Their victory against Dharmaraja. They'll look to take a lot of heart from that into this week's fixture. St. Thomas's College 43 points to 19 against Zahira College. St. Joseph's College 26 points to 5 against Thurston College. Trinity College notching up a big win, but this week couldn't notch up a win as big as that. 74 points to 14 against Vidyartha College. So we'll see how this week pans out. Today we have a couple of games lined up for you as well, coming right to you from Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. These are how the past league winners stand. Royal College have 23 wins to their name. Trinity College 17. St. Peter's and Isipatana have played brilliantly in the last decade or so. 16 to St. Peter's and 16 to Isipatana. St. Thomas's have the 12. Dharmaraja have that 1. And of course Zahira, Kingswood and St. Anthony's have a couple to their name as well. Both teams going through their warm-ups, getting their processes right. St. Thomas's College getting their shoulders ready, because it's going to be a very physical battle. You've got 5 games today down at the Trinity College Stadium in Pallakale. Vidyartha College taking on Sri Sumangala, so an all-Kandy clash there. Wesley College will take on St. Anthony's College, another game up in Kandy, that at Nittawala. So no games will be played at Bogambara this weekend because of the torrid weather conditions and the torrid underfoot conditions there. And then the game that we're bringing to you live on this feed, St. Thomas's taking on Mahanama, Kingswood taking on Zahira. That would happen at the Zahira College grounds, and Science College will take on St. Peter's at St. Peter's grounds in Bambalapitiya. Fantastic action coming your way, and if you're a rugby lover, you've already been treated to a fantastic Super Rugby final where the Crusaders beat The Chiefs 16 points to 12. Some magnificent rugby from the Crusaders and from the Chiefs as well. And if you were able to stay up last night, you saw the British and Irish Lions go down to the RGs 28 points to 24. But this is the schools rugby timeline. We're in week 3. And as soon as we're done with this first round, the top 2 teams will play in the cup segment. The second, the teams that finish on the bottom of each group will play in the bowl segment in the second round, which will have 4 weeks. And at the end of it, we'll be crowning our Dialog Schools Rugby League champion. These are the groups. Group A, St. Peter's, DS Seranayaka College and Wesley College seem to be the 3 that will be eyeing for that top spot. But with Wesley College already thumping DS Seranayaka College, they pretty much seem to have got a firm hold on that top 2 spot. But I'm pretty sure the teams, Science, St. Thomas, St. Anthony's and Ananda College, who have sprung a lot of surprises this season after coming back into the top flight, I'm pretty sure they would want to try and upset the top teams. Group B, Sipatana, St. Thomas's, Zahira College, Dharmaraja, Kingswood and Mahanama. So we're playing a Group B fixture here today. Royal College, Trinity College, Vidyartha, St. Joseph's, Sri Sumangala and Thurston will pair up in Group C. Evenly matched groups. But with the way the season has gone so far, all teams seem to be able to beat their opponent on any given day. So what we'll do now is we'll go in for a quick commercial break, and on the other side we'll have some more news for you, and then we'll have live action. Stay tuned.
Enjoy කරන්න party එකට go Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක් Are you okay?
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Super Seal for waterproofing. Tokyo Super Seal. Do it right the first time.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Hi, I'm Tarinder Raswatha. To all the schools participating in the Schools Rugby League 2025, we wish you all the very best and good luck.
සමදා සමහන් සමදා සුවෙන්.
We're back live and both teams have got their jumpers on and they're getting into their final huddles. St. Thomas's College on the far left of your screen. You can't see the far left of the ground, rather you can't see them on your screen yet. But they're pumping themselves up and they're getting their final pep talks done. These are the team cards. Ishanka Silva, Isuru Chamudita has been fantastic so far this season. Already has a player of the match to his name, Dehan Samarakon. The 3 of them will pair up in the front row. Nesara Nenula Hansaka Kumara will be the locks for them. Akhilesh Hettigodage, Chamiru Metsanda and Vishal Marakalege will play at number 8. Situpa Fernando and Situm Ratnaika will be the halves. Navid Kannangara, Isuru Akash will play in the centres. Malindu Hapuhin, Sahan Padmasiri and Manilka Danuja will be the back 3 for Mahanama College. The replacements then Silva, two Silvas, Nimviru, Veerasinghe, Aditya, Fonseca, Gunawardena, Bandara, Karunaratne and Ratnayaka. They have a formidable lineup. They don't have the striking names that you would know, but that is just because they've come right into the A division, hot. But they've been fantastic. They've been a team to watch out for. Isuru Chamudita against Dharmaraja College was an absolute revelation for Mahanama College. And as for St. Thomas's College, Aman Imran will play at hooker, Sitil Pereira and Vishwa Aryavansa will play at prop. Sinesh Miranga gets a nod at number 5. Shalin Vanigasuriya makes a change from flanker to the lock. Romit Vijay Singh, T.S. Alvihare and Makal Karunaratne will make up the back row. Venuka Vikramasuriya, the captain, will pair off alongside Udan Bulatsingalage in the halves. Chanu Tahaliagoda and Mayanka Dias. He has a new centre partner in Mayanka Dias. So new centre pairing for St. Thomas's College. Avishka Pereira, Zaidan Akbar comes into the starting lineup and gets his first start for St. Thomas's. And Akit Kure has been fantastic for St. Thomas's as the last man of defence. Jaivira, Vanigasuriya, Nyanadas, Pereira, Albert, Gunaratna, Reginald, Amaravira, Cameron and Sinesh Kaliyana Gunawardena drops from the starting lineup to the bench. Probably a tactical substitution given the fantastic game that the two centres had against Zahira College. Cries of THOR Tora ring around the Air Force grounds here in Ratmalana as they have one last huddle, do the Thomians. Before they kick things off.
Bola deka teams dekin aran tiyagan. Bola deka team dekin aran tiyagan.
Referee Shankar Bekon will take charge of today's game.
One of
the senior most referees going around in the Rugby circuit right now. Both teams will try to be dominant right from kickoff.
Captain ready.
We're all set to get this week 3 fixture underway. It's Mahanama College taking on St. Thomas's College. And who will come out on top? Here we go. They put the kick in deep. It's well collected
Back, last foot, go back.
by Vanigasuriya. Takes his team out of the 22, so they can't kick it out on the full. So Bulat Singalage has to keep it in the field of play. Samarako on the prop forward has an early touch and has an early chance to make a break. Takes it up over the 50-meter line. Nenula, the lock forward, has been very good in line-out time for Mahanama College so far in this school's rugby league. They put a nothing kick to Akit Kure, who steps past almost the entire defense of Mahanama College and finally brought down in a tackle, but what a run from the fullback. And they get the penalty as well. The line is offside. Ratnaik is offside. They take it quickly to St. Thomas's. Good recycle ball. And Alvihare has dropped it cold. But they'll come back for a not 10 penalty. But how about that for a run from Akit Kure? Stepped past almost the entire Mahanama defense. And gets his team around 8 to 10 meters away from the try line. Now they take it quickly and give it to Makal Karunaratne. Now St. Thomas is being patient. They've got an all-round game this year. They've got the backs, they've got the forwards. Pick and go once again. So they have the advantage coming and they pull it out from the forwards. They give it to Mayank Kadayas and the ball is knocked forward once again.
Offside line එක manage කරගන්න ඔක්කොගේම අත් තියෙන ඉස්සරහ. රාකේගෙන් පිටිපස්ස ආයෙත් අත් එක්ක ඉස්සරහ කියන්න බෑ. ටිකක් message එක on the line.
Couple of penalties from Mahanama early on. First scrum of the game. Victoria has options on both sides of the field. Scrum has wheeled. So there'll be another put in into the scrum. Something that the Mahanama forwards have done well is scrummaging.
ඔයාලා weight එක control කරන්න. Right? weight එක ගොඩක් එනවා ඉස්සරහට එක දෙන්න එපා. තව ඉස්සරහට. weight එක control කරන්න. Crouch. Set. Steady. Hey, always.
Dominant scrum from St. Thomas's this time. Vikramasuriya pulls it out, comes around with the switch, and the captain is in. First Amana Bank try for St. Thomas's College. It was coming, but it all started off that fantastic break from Akit Kure to get his team into the opposing 22. And finally joining me in the commentary box is my good old friend Sudarshana Perez.
Well, absolutely brilliant news for the lads from Mount Lavinia. The Tomians getting on to the scoring, and good afternoon to you, Abid, and to all our viewers. Apologies for the delay. There was a massive
30 gone.
It wasn't the normal entrance to Air Force grounds. We had to come from the sides, but here we are finally. Absolutely
15 seconds more.
Beautiful, isn't it? The surface and the pitch here at Air Force and St. Thomas's College. Wasting any opportunity, getting their first Amana Bank try.
Loose it, prop. Loose it, prop.
Well, 7 points nil.
Oh, loose it. Loose it, prop.
It's a little surprised that Mahanama opted to
Prop
play their home game against the Tomians here. As we take a look at that beautiful wraparound from Aliagoda, the skipper going through, scoring that Amana Bank try. Easy does it for St. Thomas, making sure that they try and get that advantage early in this exchange.
Hurry.
Which was a massive roadblock, isn't it? So many wanted to come and watch this game because Mahanama have been fantastic, and the Mahanama faithful
Release.
really want to get in the back and get behind their boys.
Been coming here for a few years.
Back,
the most amount of vehicles I've seen inside Air Force ground for a match as Mahanama College look to exit. It was a very well measured kick, and it's not a ground that you can kick very easily. It gets a little tricky with the wind going around. But St. Thomas is now with an advantage, kicking the ball. Kickoff from Mahanama, that I believe was Danuja. St. Thomas is setting it up.
Advantage comes their way. Now going first touch for Zaidan Akbar, but he's bundled into touch. The penalty was coming for St. Thomas's.
Number 1. Here. Number 1. Number 1.
Another line out. Another opportunity for St. Thomas's.
There's opportunity for the Tomians. They will like to try and exploit this area of the game, because remember, when it comes to a line out time, the Tomians are going to have that advantage.
Yellow.
Who are a little more experienced as well. Pressure from Mahanama. Commentators curse, they say.
No con
Managed
advantage.
to win that line out, and now we'll look to exit. Forwards rallying around and making sure that they get the angle a little bit clear.
Stay.
Now to the kicker in the pocket, who puts the ball up and brings play outside of the 22, which is good from Mahanama.
Good work from Mahanama to spoil the line out. But their forwards this season have been very good, haven't they, Sudarshana? They've been really good and they've been really dominant in the hits that they've given, but also at set piece. They've always looked to...
Bye. Set.
They've always looked to give the first dominant hit.
All in.
Fernando feeds it in. And this time they clear their lines and they get themselves a couple of meters and around 15 meters outside from the try line.
Hey.
Three line outs now back to back for the Tomians, who haven't been able to try and gain a lot of momentum from it.
Hey.
Because Tomians have been ruffled a little around these lineouts despite being in the area yet again.
No hands.
A line being overthrown by St. Thomas's College, and Mahanama straight away pouncing on that. Mahanama once more kicks it out. Now the frustration will come in for the Tomians.
Clean muddy. Time off. Number 5.
Coach Walpole straight away going and having a word.
Number 5. All right.
Having a word about
Doctor.
one of the jumpers. Seems like he spotted that he doesn't look right.
Hey, physio. Why? Doctor, no.
That's Sanesh Miranga.
Hey, man. Line out එකේ gap එක මදි. ඔයාලා line එක ඉස්සරහින් ඉන්නවා පිටිපස්සේ කට්ටිය ඇතුළේ. line එකක් වුණාම line out එකේ ඉන්නෝනේ කෙලින්. ඒක කෙලින් තියාගන්න. ඇතුළට එන්න එපා. මං කියන දේ අහන්න.
Coach Walpole straight away recognized the fact that he was not right, pointing it out.
Wait. දාන්න එපා. Right. Hey, දාන්න එපා. මෙතන මාක් එක ගන්න. තව ඇතුළට. Right on. දාන්න එපා.
Another line out. And this time, Tomians coming away with the penalty. Mahanama have been in this area for the longest time. Will want to try and clear the ranks. Tomians, on the other hand, they will want some points to show. They've been in this corner for way too long. Yet again opts to go for touch rather than points.
Line out වල උඩදී යාට ආයි බෝල් එක ගත්තට පස්සේ මොනවද කරන්න බෑ. අතට ගහන්න බෑ. බෝල් එක ගහන්නත් බෑ. හරි. අලින් ගන්න ටච් කරගන්න.
Line out. It goes to number 2.
Ball.
St. Thomas is setting it up, driving forward. Still going inches away from the line. The malls come down. No problem, says referee Shankar, which is available. Here are the big forwards from St. Thomas's driving forward.
Back, last foot.
On the open side, will that be the second score? But no. St. Thomas's have lost it forward. That time it was Vanika Surya in the number 6 jersey for St. Thomas's, and it's going to be a goal line kick.
Behind the kicker.
Well, for me, Mahanama won their passage of play. They kept on pestering St. Thomas's for a while and had to clear on multiple occasions. This time, Zaidan Akbar takes it straight
Back.
and hard, takes his team inside the opposition 22 now.
Imran with the carry to try and settle things down for the Tomians, who are now looking to go wide. Intercepted from Mahanama College. This could be the Amana Bank try they were waiting for, and this would deal a massive blow to the confidence of the Tomians. Ratmalana goes right on the post against the runner play, and Mahanama are jubilant here at Air Force grounds. Brilliant spot by Ratmalana, recognized where the space was, recognized there was a pass coming, and Tomians are absolutely disgruntled here.
Oh, magnificent run that was. One thing to take the ball and snatch it, but another thing to outpace so many backs that were chasing after you. Ratmalana, that man has some firepower in him to
30 seconds going.
run close to 90 meters, and he's got Mahanama on the score sheet now to add the extras as well.
What an Amana Bank try. Very well could be the try of the match, that, because that was completely against runner play. Opportunity for St. Thomas's time after time after time to try and put points on the board, but the Tomians. Take a look at that. Bulat Singla gave very casually offloading, and his opposite number says, I'll take that. Ratmalana. The desperation from Hapuhinna didn't help the Tomians, as Ratmalana says, how about that run, mate? Did you enjoy the back of my boots? Restart from St. Thomas's. Good high-hanging kick. Now Mahanama need to try and focus, and the Tomians on the other hand will want to make sure that they get the lead back. 7 points in nil was the score. Yes, Mahanama. They need to make sure that they exit properly, and Makaya Karunaratna collecting it. This is going to be a big run, but a big tackle. Stops it halfway on the spot, trying to counter the ruck were Mahanama.
No. You leave it.
Needed to leave that, and Mahanama have managed to turn that ball over. Now to their fullback. Lope from the back was the number 13, that was Akash. Couldn't get hold of the ball.
It's all even Stevens here at the Air Force grounds in Ratmalana.
Set. Steady.
Scrum put in from the captain. It wheels once again. There seems to be some issue at scrum time, and the referee needs to have a word with both front rows. Yabekon taking account of it.
ඉස්සරහට. තව ඉස්සරහට. Bye. Set. Steady. ඔළුව යට තියන්න.
Two scrum offs. Saying good eye, mate. Now they go to the line through Akbar, who gives the pass out. Good step off the left. St. Thomas has got their first score through Kure's wonderful work, and that's another Amana Bank try. St. Thomas has hit back right away through Pereira. And that was fantastic first phase play. Draw and pass.
Okay.
Brilliant work from St. Thomas's, and they have their second Amana Bank try.
Domian set him back straight away. Wanted to make sure that they make everybody know that they are here to boss the game and not to play catch-up. Rugby dies with an opportunity to make the lead 7 points. Mahanama needed to make sure that they concentrate and they have their concentration on, but
20 seconds more.
Guilty of losing that concentration as St. Thomas's get the second conversion as well. 14 points to 7. Mankadas with the conversion.
Okay, number 9.
Another look at
Scrum එකේ කරදර කරන්න එපා යහපැති number 9
how it came through. Beautiful work. A
Right.
step from Hapuin. Gets them. I beg your pardon. That was Avishka Pereira.
No, you're going off it.
Who got the score for St. Thomas's.
Take an in. Back. What?
He's taken
Back,
back in.
pull.
So he can't kick it out on the full, and he kicks it out on the full. Clear instructions and clear indication that it was taken back in by the referee. So St. Thomas's have committed an unforced error, and they've given Mahanama an opportunity inside their 22 to try and rumble and make something out of it.
ඔයා kick කරගෙන හින් බස් අයින් ඕනේ.
Chamaditha Pires
හොරේ.
coming off that man of the match performance.
Number
His
5 off.
perfect player of the match performance against Ratmalana College
Wait,
in
Dan.
V2. Early change for St. Thomas's. Jason Janadas has come in. Mahanama do well at the line out. They have an advantage coming as well. Now they're going to play with it quickly. Good wraparound ball. That was knocked on there. Slight knock on, but they'll come back for the penalty. But Mahanama seem to be playing with a lot of
Back.
enthusiasm, and they take it quickly as well. Here goes Chamaditha. St. Thomas's haven't dropped back 10 meters. No desperate defense from Mahaliagoda. Offload.
High tackle.
Another advantage coming. Mahanama now just see the line in front of them, and they could get on level terms with St. Thomas's or get behind St. Thomas's by just 2 points and get another score. Show. Try time. It's the scrum of Fernando. Situpa Fernando gets the try. He was pivotal in getting quick ball out there, and then just dummied the entire St. Thomas's defense that was around that rock, around the fringe,
Madaya.
and gets
Hey,
Mahanama Bank
Mahanama
try
coach
for
kaya
Mahanama
ano?
College.
පොඩ්ඩක් කෑ ගන්න නැති ඉන්නේ කියන්නේ යාට. මහානාම.
And if this game is going to continue like this, we're going to have a tri-fest here, and it might just come down to kicks. We'll see how it goes. Ratnayaka, the first try scorer for Mahanama. The kick from him is bang on. Level terms once again. 14 all. St. Thomas's College now need to regroup. This is the replay of that try. Got the defense sucked in. And then was the phase after that. As soon as the arm went out for advantage, just dummied and went right through. Situpa Fernando. Now Bulat Singalege puts the kick in deep. And they reply in kind. Running into it is Makai Karunaratne, and he makes the mistake. It's always difficult coming in to collect those kicks. Mahanama College very vocal, letting Makai Karunaratne know that he's made the mistake there. Scrum for Mahanama. Probably look to hit one up and clear their lines, or maybe even clear their lines of first phase ball. Back! They go in to their fly off of the first phase and kick it right down the park. Now St. Thomas's with a counter attack.
Backwards, play on!
Kure to Dias this time. The back three for St. Thomas's have been electric so far. Now they take it forward. Karunaratne steps in once again. Good work from Mahanama there in defense. But I think the ball has been charged down, is it? The ball has not been charged down. It's line offside.
Yes, Mahanama have been guilty of giving away penalties in very important areas of the field, which is why they've conceded twice. While they have managed to hit back twice, they need to make sure that they keep a tab on their discipline when it comes to defensive work. Because if you give opportunity to St. Thomas's time and time again, you are going to get hurt as St. Thomas's collect that cleanly, driving it forward. The other forwards from the Tomian camp, and touches down in the corner, and that's the third Amanabag try coming in favor of St. Thomas's College. And Mahanama College have nobody else but themselves to burn.
Few penalties coming their way, but I think the reason why St. Thomas's have got the tries so far in this game, Sudarshan, is the fact that their back three have been absolutely fantastic and got themselves into the opposition 22, and from there the forwards have done their good work. Akit Kure so far has been brilliant, so has Mayank Adayas and Avishka Pereira. Makai Karunaratne plays like a loose forward, or he's a loose forward rather, playing on the wing, so the four of them have got St. Thomas's some good go-ahead ball. But corner flag conversion, no problem. Mayank Adayas gets it through. And this is some kicking show here at Ratmalana, and something that you don't see very often at this ground.
Yeah, not a very easy ground to be kicking, and Mayank Adayas seems to have gotten the conditions perfectly. As we take another look at that setup from the mall, beautifully set up, knew exactly where the line was, and says thank you very much, touching down. That was number 2 Aman Imran, who touchdown for St. Thomas's College. Mahanama with the kickoff, kicking deep.
Back.
And straight away, wanting to exit, not wanting to play a lot of rugby in their own half. St. Thomas's with the
Centre back on the gap again. Blue. Blue on the gap again. Thank you. Sorry. Hey, in Lineout. Hey, blue. Blue, blue. Marking Lineout, blue. Marking Lineout. Marking Lineout. Right, in. All in, all in, all in. In. ඇතුළට එන්න. ඇතුළට එන්නවා.
From Udan Bulat Singalage. Had to get the entire forward pack and the entire team rather of Mahanama backtrotting. Good work from Akit Kure to get up there, but this time Mahanama spoiled the line.
No hands, blue! No blue, no hands!
From Kumara. Look to make the angle better for their kicker, who thumps it out into touch. Mahanama haven't looked to do anything in their half. They've always looked to clear. Once again, they steal it at the line out. The lineouts have been stolen on every possible opportunity, but this time the lineout was outside the 22 and it was taken back. So it's out on the full, and St. Thomas's will have the put-in and will go back to where the kick was made. Four-man lineout for St. Thomas's. This time it goes over the head. So 3 mistakes in the lineout from St. Thomas's on the trot. That would play at the back of their mind, Sudarshana. Because as soon as they get a penalty, they'll know that Mahanama is either going to spoil it or St. Thomas's is going to spoil it for themselves.
Well, as for the lineouts, I think it has been the Tomians who have been spoiling their own lineouts. Mahanama really put under pressure there. Inches away from their own in goal, really need to try and get out of jail here. Hansika Kumara carries it for Mahanama. Here's another carry from the hooker Chamadit Piris. The forwards now rallying around to make sure that they have a decent angle. This time good carry by the number 8 Venukumara Marakalage. Now to Ratmalana. Kure. Now Pereira Avishka, who got that Amana Bank try for St. Thomas's. Big man Mihiranga runs it in for the Tomians. Skipper Vikramasuriya now to Karnaratna, who straightens it up for the lads from Mount Lavinia. Dias, good tackle on him from Ratnayaka, trying to win the ball. Mahanama guilty of sealing it. Yet again a big carry from St. Thomas's College, who are playing under advantage. Losing it cheaply was T.A. Shaluvehare, but Tomians will get a playback. Vikramasuriya takes it quickly, tries to prance around, comes on to the 5 meters. Well, interesting that. Yellow card being dished out there by the referee. There was Dehant Samarkon, the culprit that time. Mahanama now reduced to 14 men.
Mahanama have lost 1 man now. They need to be careful, and it was just a cheap card that they have given away. St. Thomas's have a good scrum with 4 minutes to half time.
Vikramasuriya now sends it out. Opportunity.
No hands. No hands.
Bulat Singalage, who goes to ground. Wants the forwards to rally around St. Thomas's. Here's a carry from Liana Gunawardena, which has been stripped out. But referee says tackler needs to release. Scrum in favor of the Tomians. Remember, they do not have the luxury of Karnaratna, who can break at the back, because you need to equalize in scrum time, having lost Samarkon to that yellow card. Mahanama reduced to 7. Vikramasuriya goes on the short side. Kure to the corner, and Pereira will touchdown for his second Amana Bank try. Avishka Pereira, the bonus point try for St. Thomas's in the 30th minute of the game. And St. Thomas's now slowly but surely distancing themselves away from Mahanama College, who did show some promise but have been silent since that second score.
If you look at that try a layer deeper, it was all Mahanama's mistakes that kept them on this side of the field. They kept trying to clear their lines, but only to give the ball back to St. Thomas's. And St. Thomas's have come back with a score. They've come back with their bonus point try as well. Dias with the kick, and the kick is not successful. So it's 26-14. Good first phase try there. Just simple stuff, quick hands. This cutout ball just stood the defense up. As soon as the ball went into the hands of Avishka Pereira, And the unforced errors opened up the door for St. Thomas's to go in and get 4 tries and get their bonus point early on in the first half itself. So we'll go in for a commercial break, and on the other side we'll have first half highlights and we'll have second half action. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, shall we have a ramen? Yeah? Yes, now you can have Korean ramen anytime, anywhere with newly introduced Maliban Snackers Korean Ramen Savory Biscuit. Grab a pack for just 550 rupees and get that spicy Korean ramen sensation while watching this match.
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
That was summer refresh when the train they got to go.
Night go, pocket perfume. You think it go ekak.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැරිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence. Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
දවසම fresh වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
The road is yours. German-engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
The road is yours.
German-engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence. Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you. With you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
There is a rhythm to island life, where a walk is a dance, where there is work-life flexibility, where fun is serious, and where songs rise out of the sea. The unique and amazing facets of island living inspire us.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
Saratona enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night go, pocket perfume. You think it go ekak.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
Swiss Tech Skim Coat finish එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
The road is yours.
German-engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිටියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
Are you okay? Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superbond for tiling. Tokyo Superbond. Do it right the first time.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Welcome back to the live pictures here at Ratmalana. St. Thomas's College leading Mahanama College 26 points to 14. Mahanama have lost one member to the bin, and in that period St. Thomas's College got a try and got themselves their bonus point. Mahanama College were backtracking towards the latter part of that first half, but that was the first try for St. Thomas's. It was good work from the backs that got them that try, and Mayanka Dias off his left boot has been fantastic, but then this try from Ratnayaka was just a thing of beauty. Snatched it, ran away with it, and Avishka Pereira's long legs was not enough to catch the speedy fly half, who went right under the sticks to score Mahanama's first Amana Bank try. And then from there they kept on coming at St. Thomas's, but then this try, quick recycle ball, quickly taken from Pereira, redeeming himself from missing that chase and not being able to track down his opponent. But then it's not just the forwards, it's not just the backs from Mahanama that could score tries. The forwards said that they can score as well. Got themselves some good go-ahead ball, and then a quick show and go from the scrum half. Fernando got them a try, and then a good, well-set rolling.
Bulat Singalage to Ahaliagoda.
Release!
Release is all advantage. Kannagara did not listen to the referee. Penalty advantage in favor of the Tomians. Ishanka Silva carries it.
Another advantage.
Another advantage, says the referee. Here's a little dig from Akit Kure.
Take a need. Captain.
Fernando.
Option tino.
Takes it in.
5 meters scrum mein tino. Hatana penalty.
5 meter scrum and penalties were on offer, and straight away Vikramasuriya says we'll take the scrum.
Fantastic vision from Akit Kure to put the grubber in, but also an equally good chase on the little scrum of Situpa Fernando.
Crouch!
Kure has won his team a 5 meter scrum.
Bye!
They've knocked out number 8.
Steady!
Will play in the line. Bulat Singhal again. They're going through the hands. Try time. St. Thomas's College. No one going to catch Akit Kure. 20. That's another. He's got another try.
Akit Kure, beautifully done. Straightening it up. Mahanama was scrambling in defense. Drift, but couldn't do it well. Outnumbered. They are a man down anyway.
Not there.
Easy conversion coming up for Daesh. Just what the doctor ordered for the Tomians, as Daesh really complies. Puts in the extras as well, and just like that, St. Thomas's going 33 points up.
Pahalo Elidian.
Here's a replay of that try. Good running lines from the Thomian backs, but it was only fitting that Akit Kure scored that try. He's the man who got his team that 5 meter scrum.
Ball again.
They had an overlap on the outside. Got the try for Akit Kure.
Pahalo avada.
St. Thomas's have scored first in the second half. Mahanama need to strike back soon if they are to make a comeback. Looking to do a little bit of football there.
Tomians that time guilty of letting the ball bounce. It's never a good idea to let that ball bounce. Mahanama bouncing on it. Luckily for the Tomians, they managed to put them out. Imran. With the throw, no problem. Quick ball out for the Tomians. Here's Leonagana to the big man, Ratmalana. Beg your pardon, Douglas Bulat Singhal offloading to Ratmalana, and that's a monster of a kick.
50-22.
Which is going to be a 50-22. A kick and a half from the Tomians. Bulat Singhal put him and getting St. Thomas's in the opposition territory.
Well, the territorial
blue ball
has been fantastic from St. Thomas's. Be it the grubbers, be it the 50-22s. They've always kept the opposition backtracking. Now they've got a line out and they've spoiled it. Mahanama have spoiled it and Mahanama have won the ball back. But that has been the story of the day in the line out, hasn't it?
The skipper from Mahanama under pressure that time.
No hand, go!
Akash goes to the ground.
Back.
The territorial kicking hasn't been great from Mahanama, but this time around, Ratnayaka managing to bring play close to the 40 meter mark.
Yellow card, okay.
Gets restored to their original number.
එයාට ජම්ප් කරන්න බෑ කොස් වෙන්න බෑ. යෝමා.
Imran now under pressure. He's been put under pressure in multiple lineouts. This number 4 overthrown. Collected by Senesha. Mahanama putting in a little dink. Kure underneath it safely. He returns the favor. Ratnayaka thinks about, puts in a little dink. No man's land, and he collects it himself. Opportunity for Mahanama now. As the support arrives, can Mahanama create something from? Here's Samarakon.
Plenty of space out wide for Mahanama. They need to get the ball out.
Roll away!
Going to the ground. Had plenty of space for Mahanama. Decided to go on the shorter side. Mahanama happy to slow it down. Here's Ratnayaka finding up Piri. Silva.
No hands! No hands! No hands!
Hold that down because otherwise Hapuhinna just a corner. Mahanama now inside the 22 meters. Silva going through, offloads to Pires. Pires on the ground inside the 22 meters. This is good from Mahanama, showing some patience. Forwards rallying around. Now the ball goes out wide. Ratnayaka steps back inside. Ratnayaka still go. I beg your pardon. That's Isuru Akash who touches down. What a beautiful score there was. Steps in out. This space available there. But Isuru Akash gets an Amana Bank try. A much needed Amana Bank try for Mahanama. 19 points to 33 with the conversion to come.
Well, the Thomians will huddle up and try to see where he found that space to run through, because that was just fantastic from the fullback. It was Danuja there. And Mahanama have struck back fast. It was Isuru Akash rather. Now lining it up is Situm Ratnayaka. Knocks it through, gets the 2 points for Mahanama. But that cross kick as well, Sudarshana, that's what really put the Thomians on the back foot. And as soon as there was space, they started working the ball and getting quick ball. Recycled it very fast, did Mahanama. And then that moment of brilliance, just have a look at that. Isuru Akash stepped one, stepped another. And then the entire Thomian defense was just caught napping. Fantastic individual try there.
Absolute brilliant work by Isuru Akash, spotting the space and having the skill to go through. Here's Summer.
No, your hands on the ground!
That's going to be a penalty against Aluvihari.
Hands on the ground.
Hands on the ground.
Mark here. Mark.
Mahanama 21 points to 33. Doesn't find touch. This is inexcusable.
Blue back!
When you're chasing the game, and St. Thomas is making them pay yet again. Absolutely brilliant kick. A 50-22 in favor of the Thomians. And Bulat Singalage really putting his hand up.
My oh my, the clearance kicks from Bulat Singalage. He has the help of the wind. but
Mahanama
the
captain.
wind and to use the wind. Just have a look at that once again.
Captain.
Just look at that. Looked up, and what a kick.
It's one
thing to have wind, and it's another thing to just touch the wind to
Karada
perfection. Bulat Singalage has done that perfectly, not once but twice.
Right. Gap එක තියාගෙන. Wait.
Referee Shankar Fernando having a word with Mahanama College as Tomians come away with a line out for once. Quick ball out to the corner. And in goes Akbar. Smacked with a huge tackle. Mahanama College putting in some work. Referee Abekon says,
right.
Lads, let's play some rugby.
Time off. Captain.
This talking was a long time coming.
ඔයා captain. ඔයාලත් එක්ක ආගේ මම ඔයාට විනාඩි 10ක මේ කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරගන්න. ඔයා බලන්න ඔයා පෙකවන. මම ඔයාලත් ඉතින් ඒකේ දෙන්නට මැසේජ් එක දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔයාලා ගන්න යනවා නම් මම දෙන්න ඔය දෙන්න තමයි. ඒක නිසා මම මේක කන්ටිනියු කරන්න සපෝට් එක දෙන්න කියලා කතා කරනවා.
Very clear instructions from referee Abekon.
13 number 13 13 Adrian. Right.
Chanut Haliagudagi being given the marching orders, and in comes Senesh Kaliyana Gunawardana in the number 12 jersey.
Not every team has the opportunity to bring off
Mark here.
Someone like Senesh Kalina more than off
Mark
the bench.
Here.
Fresh legs on the park for St. Thomas's. And I think as this game progresses, Sudarshan, it's going to come down to which team uses their bench better and which team has better depth in their squad. See how that pans out. As Mahanama will look to clear their lines.
And also the conditioning of the boys are going to be absolutely crucial as well.
All in.
Form run.
Taken in.
Ratmalana taken in, so cannot kick it out on the full. Bulat Singalage underneath that, steps away from the first defender. Offload to Pereira. Beautiful vision from Bulat Singalage. Looking to speed things up here. Saluvihare, big tackle on him by his opposite number. Imran straightens things up for St. Thomas's. Now space on either side of the field as Vijay Singh goes into contact.
Offside. Number 1.
Here comes Mihiranga.
Another offside.
Playing with advantage. Offside. 2 offside.
Back. Again offside.
Third offside now. Little dink. Referee will blow the penalty. TS need to be very careful because the patients are really running thin.
Offside line manage කරගන්න. Captain. මෙතන penalty එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙතන එකක් තියෙනවා. කොන එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙතන එක.
3 penalties on offer, and Vikram Surya opts to take the one in the middle. 21-33. Points to the post, and they want to go for 3 points. St. Thomas's. Darius will be very happy to put in 3 here.
Manage කරගන්න.
Opportunity for Darius to make it 36 points and suck in a couple of more minutes. 20 seconds more, says the referee Shankar. Says no problem, sir. As Tomians climb up to 36 points.
Well, Tomians come back with 3 points after that passage of play. But the penalty count from Mahanama is just increasing and increasing. And if they are to continue and try to win this game, they need to cut down on the penalties and play on the other side of the field. Mahanama will definitely try to look to put it deep. Get their chasers up. Get St. Thomas's on the back foot and then try to win the ball back and play on this side of the field. We'll see how that pans out. But Mahanama really need to cut down on the penalties, don't they?
Yes, Mahanama has to really be aware of their defensive discipline, because that's really putting them under pressure. Free start by Ratnayaka, who kicks it deep into no man's land. A little bit of a fumble, but managing to hold on to it was Akbar. Referee Abekon concerned.
Number 14.
Seems like Saidun Akbar has gotten a bit of a high hit.
Well, he's been running very straight and hard so far in this game. Zaidan Akbar. His first start for St. Thomas's College.
Captain.
Let's try and have a look at the replay.
Number 14.
As
Number 14.
Kabekon calls in the number 14.
Dangerous tackle. Ball carrier low hinda නැත්තම් මේක red card එකක් වෙනවා. Ball carrier low hinda මෙයාට yellow card එකක් විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. High tackle.
Sahan Ratnasiri is trying to be as innocent as he possibly can, but referee Shankar says the mitigating factor was the fact that the ball carrier was dipping. Otherwise, it could have been a red. There's shoulder on shoulder, but there is contact on the head, and with the new rules, it's going to be frowned upon. Akbar says, I'm okay to continue, but needs to get the clearance from the referee and the medical officer as well.
So Mahanama lose another man to the bin, and they'll play another 10 minutes with just 14 men. Have a look at that replay once again. Here's Akbar coming, running in. And there, bang on the call from the referees. He was mitigating, yes. And the explanation from the referees just said it all.
Yeah, absolutely. I think good call from the assistant referee and also referee Shankar Bekon, who conversed well and came on to that decision as a slight drizzle starts here at Ratmalana. It's always the case, isn't it? There is a beautiful sunset onto the right side of the field, but the showers have arrived as well.
The only thing this day missed is a rainbow.
A couple of times at this ground we've seen that, as well as Karnaratna with a beautiful carry and an offload, but referee Abekon deems that it went forward.
Mark here.
So now Mahanama are one man down in the line. St. Thomas's will have the overlap. Each time they look to spread the ball out wide, and their back three have been phenomenal today.
Bye. Set. Steady. Steady.
Has been very good with his tactical and territorial kicking, but
all in.
Udan Bulat Singalage with his 50-22s have also really put St. Thomas's on the front foot. And it's line offside. So Mahanama win the penalty. Sensible from Mahanama. They're one man down in the line and they go to touch. And they go to their trusty forwards.
It's Mahanama College setting it up. But strong resistance from St. Thomas's. Ball out now. Here's the skipper straightening things up. Mahanama needs to be patient. They have been pushed back by the Tumian defense. But if they focused as Kannagara puts in a little link. Seems like referee Charini has spotted something. The assistant referee wants to have a word with referee Abekon.
I got the charge. Number 13. Without the ball, charge karana baya agata. Penalty ka kinwa. Only. Right.
Isru Akash that time have been found guilty of going to the man instead of the ball. And tackling a man without the ball is the offense here. So another opportunity for St. Thomas's to get out of jail. Well, how about that for a touch finder? Just a meter and a half away from the opposition 22. Just brilliant stuff.
Almost 60 meters on that kick. And that has given St. Thomas's a really good opportunity. With a line out to come, Aman Imran will throw it into the line out. St. Thomas's win it off the line out. Pulat Singalage goes off the back to Pereira. Kure with space and the pace. Akit Kure, my goodness, this man is having a field day. Fantastic work from Akit Kure, and he gets another try, and that's his hat-trick of tries, Sudarshana.
A brilliant work from Akit Kure. He has been mercurial throughout the day.
Hey,
beautiful recognition of space, had the pace to back it up as well. Putting in the afterburners, making it look so very easy, Kure. Gets his hat-trick, but still gets some words of advice by the assistant coach, Senal Dilaka. Mayank Dias duly complies and converts as well. 40 points up for St. Thomas's, who are slowly but surely running away with this one.
But the overlap was created because of that yellow card, Sudarshan, and they're one man down Mahanama. And St. Thomas's did very well not to knock one in the middle and send it out where they identified that they were one man up and got the ball out in the first phase itself to the space. And when you have a speedy fullback like Akit Kure, you definitely want to get him in space and get him over the try line. Mahanama kicks this off once again to Makal Karunaratna, who goes off on one of his runs once again.
Karunaratna has really been one of those players who have commanded the attention as Mahanama College. Well, that was something. That's not something that you see very often. As Mahanama tagged the outside, Hapuhinna had one man to beat. Good work by Akit Kure to try and stall his run. Kannagara still going. The skipper, quick ball. Here's Piris. Mahanama has numbers. Show and go. Ratnayaka.
No.
Stopped by Vikramasuriya. Now Pires. Silva. Twisting and turning is the halfback Fernando. Pires carries it forward. Trying to go through the forwards, and that's going to be an Amana Bank try. Straight away with the reply, Mahanama, who's not going to be wandering here. They are here to fight, and they will want to make sure that they capitalize. 53rd minute on our clock, 26:43. It's going to be a steep mountain, but Mahanama
30 gone.
Are prepared to climb it.
Well, it's a mountain that can be climbed the way Mahanama is going, because they're throwing jabs as soon as St. Thomas's look to punch. Mahanama have been flawless off the tee so far. Situm Ratnayaka once again right through. 28 points to 43. Game on.
Well, absolutely game on here. 28-43.
Number 6 off.
It's going to be an interesting one here. As Situm Ratnayaka, the first 5-8 for Mahanama College. Really keeping them alive, Abid, because it's never easy, isn't it, when you have
take it.
An opposition who keeps scoring. As the Thomians restart, opportunity for Mahanama now. Here's Hapuhinna. Hapuhinna on the run. Hapuhinna had one man to beat, but Makai Karna.
No.
Not through me. That's going to be a penalty. Karnaratna was on the floor, had to get back up on the feet, on his feet.
Stop.
Hapuhinna was able to break that tackle because there was an injury there on the corner. We hope that that's nothing serious. Looks like a bit of a shoulder injury.
I think Jehan Managasuria from St. Thomas's, who had just made the field, had dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, again change karna na mene ke daan hai nattang elir dal daan. Change karna diya.
And that's actually Avishka Pereira, who's on the floor with a dislocated shoulder, has been replaced with
time back on.
With Joel Cameron coming onto the field in place of him.
Right.
Now Mahanama
good.
Don't want to cough this opportunity up.
Wait.
Now time. Need to get it right.
Wait. Daan pa. Right play.
Crucial passage of the game. Mahanama College overthrown, but finds the lock. Referee Shankado says that's not straight. Well, no prizes for guessing. There was absolutely no guessing, because St. Thomas has straight away say we'll take a scrum, because the lineouts haven't been kind to them as well.
9.
Big advantage the Thomians have is that massive boot of Bulat Singh Lage, which can earn them territory.
Steady. Stop. All in.
Expect that boat to come into play once again.
Vikramasuriya with a cross-field kick. Nothing won really, because there is space. Plenty space for Mahanama College as it bounces favorably through them as well. High tackle on
Okay.
Vaniki Surya. Quickly taken by Vikram Surya. Here's Dias. Still going Dias. Mayanka Dias. How did he get away from all those tackles? You wouldn't know. But now trying to turn that ball over, and Mahanama have come away with it. Here's the skipper. Kanago.
Okay.
10 okay says the referee.
No hands. Boligan.
Mahanama now looking to run from anywhere.
Wow, gone again, Mega.
Space on the outside. One man to beat. Here's Apuina. Runs around. That's going to be a yellow card. At the minimum. Clothesline tackle. The number 21, Joel Cameron, who had just made on to the field. It'll be a decision to be made by the referee and the assistant referee. And I think a yellow is going to come out. So Cameron stay on the field. Was very limited.
Time stop.
Well, end-to-end stuff, isn't it, Darshan? And no one wanted to go to touch. All wanted to take the quick tap and run. Fantastic run there from Mayanka Dias to get St. Thomas's almost under the sticks. But then Mahanama winning the penalty and taking them forward.
මම penalty එක reverse කරනවා. yellow card එකක් දීලා තියෙන ගිහිල්ලා. අර yellow card එකක් දීලා තියෙන්නේ. Time back on. මම penalty එක reverse කරනවා. So sorry.
Referee Shankar threatening to reverse the penalty because there was a little too much chatter. Wouldn't complain if he had actually done that because this is not soccer.
Well, chatter has been the name of the game for Mahanama so far, hasn't it? But they've also played some fantastic rugby when they've had ball in hand. It's just the unforced errors and the disciplinary mistakes and the penalties given that has let them down. But 12 minutes to go, what have they got in store for us?
Back of the hand from Ratnaik as Sakannagara goes to ground, the skipper. Mayanka Dias yet again coming in there. Not 10 meters. Whoa, was that high?
That definitely was high. He's definitely caught himself high there.
Got it. High tackles.
How another yellow card. Mahanama College will have nobody but themselves to blame. 3 yellow cards. And that time it's Achilles Hettigoda. Who goes to the bin. You really cannot play a game of 70 minutes with 3 men in the bin for 10 minutes. Abid, that's going to put so much of pressure on you. And you can see St. Thomas's have exploited those mistakes. Every time Mahanama have given away penalty after penalty after penalty, St. Thomas's have exploited. So the good work that was done by Mahanama with ball in hand have been negated by silly tackles, because there is absolutely no excuse for you to go that high, because anything above the sternum is going to be frowned upon.
It was a high tackle, one thing, but he hadn't even dropped back 10 meters. Looked very ugly. And Mahanama now have 1 man in the bin, and St. Thomas's also have 1 man in a bin. So it's 14 men, but I can't remember the last time Mahanama played with all 15 men, because they have had 14 men on the park and 1 man in the bin for the last so many minutes.
In.
That is not straight. Line out. Have been for St. Thomas. Bench. Look very, very comfortable as well, but 48 points with the conversion to come. They're just seconds away from Dias potentially making this a 50-point game. And it's true. Mayank Dias adds in the extras. 50 points.
Number 14. Number 14.
For St. Thomas's, who have showcased brilliance when it comes to their backs, like you mentioned, Abid. But with the forwards, they will want to make sure that the forwards really put their hand up. Take a look at that Kanagara taking his eyes off the ball, and that little dink from Makit Kure, who's been omnipresent this game. Got a hat-trick of Amana Bag tries, and Liana Gunwadana says, "Thank you very much, mate."
Kickoff from Mahanama goes right into touch. Nakikura has been very smart with the way he's used his boot as well. He's resorted to it every time, but each time that he's resorted to it, it's been very clinical. And it has always had a purpose.
Hey.
Four-man line out. And this time, Mahanama looked to spoil it, but St. Thomas has come away with it somehow.
Lena Gunawardana, the try scorer, smashed in the tackle by Mahanama College. Vikram Surya takes it quickly and offloads. Bulat Singhalage's pass is to no man. Domians inside their own half. 28 points to 50 with 9 minutes to go on our clock.
Back.
Vikram Surya opts to kick from base, which we haven't seen too much this game.
No.
And that's not ideal from Mandilu Hapuhinno, who has been very good so far this game. Not collecting it cleanly, letting the ball bounce. You don't let the rugby ball bounce a bit because it can get tricky. You really can't judge the bounce.
Very well placed kick from Vikram Surya as well. Found that space between the fullback that was running in and the defensive line as well. Always difficult to catch the high ball when you're running in at Ratmalana.
Set. Steady.
3 minutes to go on the referee's clock.
Flankers all in. All in, all in.
As Vikram Surya puts it in. Here's Liana Gunawardana. Still going strong through the practice. Ball ripped out from Mahanama, who are looking for another try of their own. They may not win this one, but they're not letting their spirits to be doused. Hapuhinna cuts back inside. Hapuhinna still going. Hapuhinna with one man to beat. Needed support, and support arrives. And here's Paris. Samadita Paris touching down for the Amana Bank try, which brings the score to 33 points with the conversion to come. But what's wonderful for Mahanama is the fact that they've gotten a bonus point. and they absolutely deserve from what they showcased. Samudita Pirish getting the, which may be a consolation try for Mahanama.
Well, that run from Hapohin, he scored an absolute beauty against Isipatana in the first week, which opened everyone's eyes. Took them just a meter short, did Hapohin, and the kick, sublime. Bang on once again. He's been 100% off the tee today, Situm Ratnayaka.
That's absolutely brilliant stuff from the first 5-8 from Mahanama. Situm Ratnayaka has been amazing.
Last play.
So last play says the referee.
Last play.
33 points to 50. Abid, we need to try and discuss about the Swiss Tech perfect player of the match, and I think there are two men that have really put their hands up for St. Thomas's. Akit Correa, of course, with the hat-trick of tries, but for all that territorial play, Udan Bulatsingalage also puts his hand up for me, because some of those 50-20 moves and the clearances that he did put Mahanama really under pressure and gave a lot of confidence to the Thomian forwards to have go forward ball. So it's two backs, a winger, full back, and a fly out. I leave it up to you to decide which one you're going to go with.
Well, I agree with you with the two names, but I think for Akit Kure to score those tries, he needs to get into the correct parts of the field, and that was done by Udan Bulatsingalage with those fantastic 50-22s. So he wins our Swiss Tech perfect player of the match, and the match is won by St. Thomas's 50 points to 35. A fantastic showing from St. Thomas's. They kept their head in the game. It was here and there this game, punches thrown all around, but in the end St. Thomas's managed to notch up the century and managed to notch another W in the Dialog Schools Rugby League.
And also when it comes to the opposition, Abid, I think for me, Situm Ratnayaka was absolutely brilliant. The number 10 from the opposite end as well. Situm Ratnayaka with a brilliant showcase of talent and a brilliant showcase of control. Getting some very good go forward ball, the interception try, and also some perfect kicking. 5 kicks on the spot for Situm Ratnayaka, who is going to be the blessed player of the losing side.
And these are the key stats. 35 points to 50 is how the scorecard reads. St. Thomas's College winning this one, 7 tries to them, 6 converted, and something that you don't really say often here at Ratmalana because of the wind that is prevalent here, but the kicking today has been sublime from the schoolboy kickers. Absolutely fantastic. 6 conversions from St. Thomas's, 5 from Mahanama College. Udan Bulatsingalage, our Swiss Tech perfect player of the match.
Well, absolutely. Come back to what you said. These are not very easy conditions to be kicking in. Very, very windy here at Ratmalana, but both these teams managing to make sure that they really hit the mark. 100% record for Mahanama College. Just the one kick from Mayanka Dias that goes amiss. As we take a look at the upcoming fixtures, tomorrow up in Kandy, Dharmaraj College will play Isipatana at Nittavela grounds. That's going to be an interesting one. And here in Colombo, Anand taking on DS Sinanayaka College. That's at Anand College grounds. Anand, who have impressed, just like Mahanama coming from the lower division, will want to make sure that they get a W, a big W against a team that has impressed in the top division.
Well, you really have to take your hat off to Mahanama for really showing up. They've just come into the A division, and to take on a team that has won a couple of league titles, has won President's trophies, and to take on a team like St. Thomas's, a team that seems to be high riding and seems to be in a position to maybe even lift the Dialog Schools Rugby League with the form that they are in, to put on a good performance like this. Mahanama College really need to be credited, don't they?
Yes, especially given the fact that majority of the game, Abid, like we discussed, they played with just 14 men on the field. They had 3 men who were sent to the bin with yellow cards. So you take all that, and Akit Kure's two tries of the three that Akit Kure managed to go through were because of the numerical advantage St. Thomas's had. So when you really look and ponder on what could have been, Mahanama will be disappointed. But this is a very good learning curve. But Mahanama College, you got to say, they are absolutely putting their hand up in this Dialog Schools Rugby League.
Well, going back to the drawing board, Mahanama will want to maybe cut down on the penalties and keep going at it. Referee Shankar Bekon had a couple of words to them, so they'll have to go back to the drawing board and see where they went wrong. But that's it from this live broadcast from the Ratmalana Stadium. It was an absolute privilege to bring you these live pictures from myself, Abid Jamil and Sudarshan Apiris and the entire Papare technical and production crew. It's goodbye for now.
Hello everyone, Shahid Zumbri here. DTV Schools Rugby League Selangana Hamotama, Subapatana. All the very best. Good luck.
Samada Samahan, Samada Suin.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samaging pirimin sadahamai.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Hi, I'm Heshan Jansen. 2025 school rugby season එකට සහභාගී වෙන හැමෝටම සුබ පතනවා. All the very best.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Some bonds last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence. Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රසයක් බැයිය. Chirpy Chips. රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Hi, I'm Navin Marasinghe. I'm here to wish you all the very best for the School Rugby League. So make sure to have fun and reach your potential. Enjoy.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, The Papare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
This is Sri Lankaවේ අංක එකේ ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast on ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.